Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Mitchell, and today Justin and I will be discussing about how to deal with a breakup. We do these Instagram lives every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys find this video content of value, you guys can show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. And without further ado, I'm going to add Justin on the line right now. What is up, everybody? What's up, Dom? JR, how you doing? It's good, Justin. I see you on, so I'm gonna add you in right now. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Yo, what's good?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. I'm good, man. I'm good. A little bit chilly. Damn.
Yeah,
jacket. Yeah.
Look, I'm cold as hell. I almost hit this move right here.
You
But
can do it. Just do it. Yeah.
that looked too crazy.
Nah. You look like a big ass teddy bear from like Nick Jr. Yo. Yeah.
What's good, man?
What's good, man? I already gave them a little introduction. So we're gonna give you guys tips on how to deal with a breakup, and then towards the end, if you guys stick towards the end, I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice on how to prevent that from happening. But yeah. Let me get everything situated, and then
I know it's always like camera check. Too bad they don't have like a option we can do this before we go live. But I always gotta wait to see how it looks.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, I'm working remote, so you know what I mean. I got my phone up. I always gotta adjust it.
Yeah, and also, for the people that's watching right now, I know we got JR in here. I'm actually, we're planning to move the show to a different platform. And let me know what you guys think. I'm thinking either Twitch, because at the same time I love playing video games, so I might be doing that, or I might also do a YouTube. So let me know what you guys think. I might switch it up eventually instead of Instagram lives.
We've been talking about just different growing in the future. But dude, as you know, we already got that basic YouTube channel we already started.
Exactly.
That we haven't uploaded on, so. Yeah, we're working on coming up with some stuff, especially when bands lift and we can actually get together in person.
Oh, yeah. For sure. For sure.
Yeah, thank y'all for sticking with us so far, though. We got more stuff to come.
Thank you. Yeah, let me turn up the volume. And so why don't we, let's start them out, Justin. Let's start them out. How to deal with a breakup. I wrote down, I got a few things down on a piece of paper. I'm old school. So I wrote it down. I put down self-reflect. What are some things that you recommend, Justin?
I recommend
self-reflect.
I was about to say something else. I'll say, look in the mirror and say, they toxic. No. You're not toxic.
Yeah.
The truth is, though, I think it depends on the breakup. If you initiate the breakup, if you're the one who wanted to move on, I would assume you had plans and stuff you wanted to do anyway. So, maybe, you already know like your next steps past that. But if she initiated the breakup and you didn't see this coming, then it's most definitely a time for like deep self-reflection.
Yeah.
Number one, that's the number one thing I got down. Self-reflect, sit back, think about the relationship. Where did it go wrong? Were there signs you overlooked or maybe didn't notice at first? What could you have done better? Because that brings it to one of our next points is it is your fault.
99,
it is your fault.
99.9%. Oh, and JR said, try this Spoon app. It's a radio podcast. I have a channel on there too. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, Spoon.
Yeah, I never heard of Spoon. Yeah,
now I'll go check it out.
We get on the ground floor or something. But realistically, I realized what parts were involved. It's just take your personal responsibility. You know what I mean? Even if it's something egregious, there are always things we could have done different, recognized stuff. Maybe reacted differently.
Hmm.
Maybe be more attentive, be less attentive. Maybe you lost yourself and she lost the attraction. Like, I mean, it's a number of things, but you always got to sit back and think like, all right, how did I fuck this up?
Hmm. If she broke it off to you guys, this is if she broke it
Yeah,
off to you, chances are you either over pursued or you didn't do enough, or you just
yeah.
being an asshole. It could be a lot of things.
It's
It could be a lot of
and
factors.
this is the thing too. It could be because there are times where the lady would be like, it's her, it's not you, it's her, and she could mean it. Like it's maybe she's not ready for
Okay.
stuff, but even then, you take that time to look back and think about, okay, what could you have done
I.
to try to like not I don't want to say predict, but at
Mhm.
least like pick up maybe on these hints or something like that
Mhm.
and move differently. So it's just always you can self reflect, you can always improve.
This is what I believe in. If she really, if you've done everything in your power that you could to attract her, she would not leave you. She would, because she got with you in the beginning, in the first place. Yeah, right. So she got with you because she liked you enough, or she really liked you, wherever that timeline was.
I hear
But
you, but I
hmm
will say this though, like I think that's almost a perfect world. People are broken. What I'm
yeah,
saying? And
well,
people are messed up. So,
mhm.
even if they did get with you and things are going well, man, you don't always know what's going on in somebody's mind. So I don't want to give out what I feel like is a
False
false
hope.
understanding. Not, I wouldn't even say hope because I don't think it's hope, but a false understanding of like I'm doing everything I need to do. I'm fly.
Hmm.
This don't make no sense that she would leave me because if she does, and the truth is like you didn't, like you did do everything you can. Like it is two people. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
there's always an unknown factor when you're dealing with another person, another sentient being, and I do think you have to take that into account. So that's why I'm like, and even in that regards, there's always stuff you could clean up on.
Hmm.
But I just want to make it clear that it's like you don't necessarily have to do something egregious or be 100% neglectful or something like that for someone to
Hmm.
leave because they could just. I mean, look, people are weird, man. You know what I mean? People leave good stuff all the time and come back and regret it. So yeah, that's how I see it. I just think it's a little bit more to it.
What's up, Healing Moon? How you doing?
Well, hello
I'm
there.
gonna get back to that question. I need to sit down and think about that before I say something. But I can see where you're coming from with that, Justin. I can see where you're coming that with, like where it's not all up to the guy,
Yeah,
where it could be a little. Maybe she's moving, maybe she's moving away, like, and it's just not something that she could see like that's feasible, like that's not gonna work out for her.
yeah,
And
or
like it could be
yeah,
that
stuff
it could
like
be
that. Or
certain
I
things.
mean,
Hmm.
even like the truth is maybe she's has some kind of trauma or some kind of something in her life that she never um, addressed.
Hmm.
So even if you're doing something right, you ain't gonna overcome somebody's personal shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
But where I'm also thinking, hello, Pen, how you doing? I'm
what's
also
up?
thinking like if she sees the value in you and you are bringing her a lot of like joy, whereas like why would she want to leave that in the beginning? So that's where I'm like kind of like little trying to balance out. But I see where you're coming from, where it's like it's not always up to the guy, like just maybe you are like the perfect person and like a lot of things she's dealing with a whole lot of things, and that could be a possibility as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make
Hmm.
folks, especially dudes, just aware of unseen
Hmm.
consequences of
Hmm.
circumstances. That's all. You can
Yeah.
be on top of your game and stuff not
Hmm.
work out
And
for you.
still not work
Like,
out sometimes.
yeah, and you got to look and be like, okay, was this me that messed up, uh,
It's you.
or is this something
It's
else?
you.
Or how
Yeah,
how
yeah.
people
Hmm.
reacted different. So yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, kind of just piggybacking on what you were just saying. When you said self-reflect too as well, spend time objectively seeing what you did wrong instead of like just pointing fingers and be like, oh, this is her fault, this is why, this is this and that. Um, and sit back and think like, what did I do? Maybe I should have listened more instead of like giving criticism or giving advice, as what most people will. Because I feel like a lot of the times now is when she wants to talk about something, she doesn't need your advice, or if she wants it, she will ask for it. Or if you're unsure, you can ask her, like, do you want me to listen to you or do you want me to like give you advice? Because she will tell you if she wants it. So I think it's important for like to get that clear too. Ask if she wants advice because a lot of times if they're trying to tell you something, it's them trying to open up to you and they trying to confide in you, and if you're the closest person to them and they can't even confide in you with that, and then like every single time I'm trying to tell you something and it turns out it's always about what you think about it, it's like I'm not she's not going to feel like, oh, I got my point crossed, that you're not listening. And at the end of the day, it's you're not making her feel any better.
I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
that's just once again. I mean, we talked about this
Yeah.
before. That's just
Hmm.
learning to pick up on is this
Hmm.
does this person need to vent or
Hmm.
just get something off their chest? Do they just
Hmm.
need a sounding board, or are they actually coming at you for some kind of
Hmm.
advice? You know,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Woman,
which happens.
yeah, woman wants to be in a love story, guys. Woman wants to be in a love story. They don't want to guide you towards a direction where it's like, because there are some people that come to me and they message me directly and they ask me like, how come I really like this guy, but like, what are some things that I could do to like help him? Like, I was like, there's nothing that you could really do right now. If he's not up to that game yet, like, there's no way that you're gonna build attraction by telling him exactly what, like, it might work, but I don't see it working if he already does not have it.
I mean, I don't
It's
know.
kind of hard. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it depends on the situation. And like, what exactly they talk? Is this someone that they like that they're trying to get their attention,
Yeah, like, yeah,
or is
it's
this
like,
something? Because like I said this before too, man. Dog, ladies can have the most mild. Like I'm horrible at picking up hints. I don't pick that shit up. You know what I mean? They could be mild. Like I don't understand why he didn't ask me out on a date. I offered him a piece of gum. That I don't just offer gum. You know what I mean? So you can get some goofy nonsense like that, man. So I think it depends on the
they
situation.
how I see it,
Yeah.
how I see it is, it's like if a girl likes you or she has interest in you and you're not in a relationship yet, she will put herself into your orbit. She will put yourself into your orbit, and she will show indicators of interest, also known
Yeah,
as
but
allies. But
I could also see, it depends on. I will say this. This whole thing depends more on age bracket too. Because if I'm a dude in this day and age, I'm nervous on making first moves.
are
You know
you?
what I mean? If I'm a dude, if I'm like some young dude like coming up now, as messed up and twisted as the game is, hell yeah. You say you look nice today, that could be misconstrued as like, you know what I mean? He's a harasser. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful. Like I can understand like younger dudes and a lot of guys hesitance. I really can. But I do think like
Hmm. Hmm.
that's the problem. It's the balancing act. It
Hmm.
is. It
Hmm.
is a
Hmm.
balancing act. Like I know this is a little off topic too, but it's just like I would have to talk to her and see exactly what she's doing because there I
Hmm.
get like as a guy, there's also the whole thought pattern of like
Hmm.
this person's just being nice, and I ain't taking that as like a sign of interest unless it's now if it's egregious. You know what I mean? If it's egregious, if she's running up and like hugging up on the dude, bringing him food to eat and all like, oh, you did it. I mean, you could tell that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, but if she's
Hmm.
doing like some subtle stuff, what I mean, like I was looking at him and he didn't even notice I looked at him, or you know what I mean? Because
But
some women do that silly stuff, man. I'm like
but
that
look
ain't
at
gonna
that
work.
as an invitation. Like it's better to assume that she already has interest rather than to kind of shoot yourself down already and be like, well, yeah, that's not enough indicator of interest for her to for
I,
me to
but
approach that.
yeah,
Oh, trouble.
I'm
We
gonna put
gotta
it
keep
like this though.
your mouth shut now.
But
We gotta.
I will put it like this though.
Mhm.
It's like there are different levels, and
There are
I
different
think
levels. Yeah,
that, and you're also talking about like
yeah.
you're talking about like an off situation where
Hmm.
like if the guy's not interested, like if the guy isn't interested in her like that, or he doesn't have like an initial like, oh, I see her like that, so he's not looking for that, then she's gonna have to be obvious. It might not even be he don't like her, he ain't attracted to it. It just might be like maybe it's like you talk all the time. Maybe it's a work situation.
Hmm.
Maybe they work together. He's like, I don't date at work,
Okay.
or I'm not looking to date at work. So he's not even in that mode.
Hmm.
he ain't in pickup mode like that.
Mm-hmm,
It's like,
mm-hmm.
yeah, it did this on her because she's just like, you're gonna have to attract this dude. You're gonna have to make him look at you a certain way.
Yeah.
So like, I ain't gonna blame this dude without knowing the whole situation because
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole, I don't think I really don't think like, especially as dudes get older, I don't think you just 100% in predator mode. You know what I mean? like that's more of a teenage, early
Yeah.
20s way of thinking. Like anything that's walking
It's
is gonna get some.
it's more
But
of the kind of the club vibe, right? Where it's like if she looks at you, she giving you
yeah,
like a
yeah,
little indicator. It's an invitation. I didn't say like just because she invited you that you're all in. You know what I mean? But like,
yeah. But
yeah, it's
once
like
again, it
it's
could
a step.
depend. It
Yeah,
could depend on the environment. It's
yeah.
too many steps there. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, for that situation, I would have to hear what she like the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like I said, if it's at work and he's just like, oh yeah, I don't
Mm-hmm.
like. I ain't trying to
Dating.
date at work. I ain't trying to eat shit where I eat.
Mm-hmm.
But she really like feeling this dude, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she gonna have to go into overtime. It ain't no like, oh,
She
it's
might have to
hopeless.
put in a little bit more, and then maybe he's still not interested, which might make her want him more. It's a possibility, but
And
right.
that goes forth into
Mm-hmm.
anything anyway, which I would just say, which is true, is that women don't have game. So it's like
They don't need game. And
they
then
don't need it. That's why
we
they
got
don't have it.
Julie in
So
here. I'm a pro. Like,
Mitchell in the club getting girls.
nah, what you talking about?
He dances away from them. I've seen
I
it.
de- thank you, Justin. Like
He dances
I
away
stayed
from them.
so
I've
loyal.
seen it.
I've stayed so
But
loyal.
yeah, like, but
Yeah.
no, it's the truth, man. Women don't have
Hmm.
to have game like that.
Yeah.
Like they don't. So it's
Hmm.
just it's. I think it's hard for them when they
Hmm.
find the roles
Hmm.
reversed to be the one that has to create attraction and to do that because they normally don't have to. All they really normally have to do is show up. Look
Hmm.
half decent or don't look half decent. It's some grimy dudes out there. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even matter.
Have some standards, guys. Have
you
some
know.
standards.
Yeah. So
um,
yeah.
but yeah, just going back, it's like, woman wants to be in a love story. They don't want to guide you to a story because it's not real. It's not real, genuine attraction if I have to tell you exactly everything that I want. But that's another thing. But we can move on from that. So self-reflect is really important. Don't just point fingers. One of the things I've coped with, and I'm pretty sure you did this a lot too, Justin, which is why we're here today is kind of just sitting back looking back like what did we do wrong, or like have someone that you could share this information to. And also very important, guys, be very careful on who you share information with. Be very careful because you don't know, there are snakes in the grass. I'm just saying, like you might think that the closest person to you really got your back, but realistically they just spreading rumors and saying certain things. So be very careful. But if you do have that person that you could talk to, confide with, and all that, great. Bounce ideas back. That it's a good way to self reflect.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, well, most definitely, most definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can always have someone you can confide in.
Hmm.
You usually got the boys, someone you can trust, but yeah, don't be careful putting your business out there.
Yeah, yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
Hmm.
And then I also say this too, and I got this written down. Take the
Hmm.
time to feel however you feel.
Cry if you
Don't just
have to. Cry
yeah,
if you have to.
don't just push stuff down and try to keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. That's how you end up punching a picture of your family.
What?
Just out of the blue, just some random lashing out. You end up in a fight at work over pistachios or something silly. Like
Mhm.
you gotta let that feeling out, man.
Yeah.
Take a shower, cry like a man in the shower. You know,
Yeah. Or
get
if
it out, get
it's
it
at the
out,
night,
and
cry
then
in
walk
front of
out.
that pillow. Scream in that pillow. Let it out
Don't
because
don't cry on your pillow. That's
cry in your
just
pillow. Let it go.
no,
I
no.
you
You don't want a reminder of the tears. You just got a wet ass pillow that's stained
it's
with your
I
own
mean
tears.
it would dry. It
That's,
would dry. But
that's
what I'm
will
saying
it
is it's like
will
what
it
I'm saying is
does
it's
it
kind of
pain
like
ever dry?
be in a place where you feel comfortable where here's the important part. No one's there, all right? No one's there because ain't no woman out there want to see no grown ass man cry, with that snot coming out. Like, come on, when you cry hysterically, everybody has snot, right? So, do it in a private
I don't snot
place.
when I cry.
You don't
Okay,
snot?
no, no.
I don't believe you,
I
just.
stopped that. I stopped that at
Hey,
10 years old. Okay,
okay.
this is the last time I just bawled out of control
Mm,
was when I was 10 years old. And then I looked, then I looked in the mirror and I said, "You look like a little bitch right now. We'll never do this again."
That's toxic. That's toxic masculinity.
I took those feelings, I balled them up and locked them
Doesn't
deep
make you
down.
any less of a man. But anyways, moving on. Is that Butler? What's good,
What's up,
Butler? How you
Butler?
doing, man?
What's up, Butler? Or you could do
Uh,
it like in the gangster movies and cry one tear before you shoot your best friend. You know,
damn.
you know, see, dude.
Next,
I'm sorry.
next tip,
Moving on.
next tip,
Moving on.
next tip. Move.
Moving on.
I put down move, and when I say move, I mean both physically and mentally. Let's see what I wrote down. Moving. The reason why I wrote down physically and mentally is because this idea wasn't mine. We spoke about this when Tony Robbins actually mentioned it. He said, in order for something to change, you need to change your focus. I talked about the whole ABCs. The quality of the questions that you ask yourself is the quality of your life. So if you change your focus, depending on what you focus on, you got to change your physiology first. And we spoke about this, about like what is changing your physiology. It's about changing your physical state. It's how you move your body. So if you could change that, which is you would create a new behavior, and a new behavior would usually mean a different result, whether or not it's good result, or not something that you expected. It's something that is changed, because doing the same thing over and over, nothing's going to change. So I wrote down focus, and one thing it's like, this is a little exercise for you guys too. Think of something. If you're not feeling the best right now, like, focus, close your eyes, and just think about one thing that you feel most proud of, right? How does that feel? How does that feel for you guys? And your body needs like a radical change, because it's just telling yourself like, oh, I'm gonna change, you're basically trying to trick your mind. It's not gonna happen. But if you change your physiology, you stand up, you put your hand behind your head, and just like be open, your physiology would change. Then it would motivate you to do something different. Justin, you're looking at me like I'm crazy.
No,
But
no, I just
yeah,
moving and stuff. That's good. Like it's
yeah.
you know what you gotta do. Let's be real. As a man, you know what you gotta do. The
It's
breakup happens. Okay, you cried out. You gotta do some push-ups. Okay, you move on. With it's it's going to happen. But yeah, move, like you said, like the radical move. I get it. That's most definitely a big part of it. You gotta.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of similar to what I got down. It's like focus on something you enjoy, your hobbies. Which is true. I'm proud. I'm not Jason Mitchell. Not anymore, huh? Okay.
Not anymore.
Okay.
That's a cry. That's a cry.
She got you trapped in the bear trap. That's what happens. You put that
Ain't
bear
no
trap.
She ain't trapping
You
me.
put your foot in it. It's on your ankle.
She got my.
It's on your ankle.
You clowning me now, both of y'all.
Nah, never. Nah, but I say do something you enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Focus back on some hobbies, man. Have some fun. Take your mind off of it, and then you focus on yourself. You'll be surprised how much this having a goal, or just, even if it's even a stupid goal. If it's like, hey, I want to beat a video game, or I always wanted to, do like be able to do Superman. Just something that's not even like, it doesn't have to be something vast. Like, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds and get my 3% body fat. That would be awesome. But start small, work on, man. But it's really just focusing on something you want to do. Not even. I'm gonna go a little counterproductive. I won't even say not even focusing necessarily on yourself. It doesn't have to even be a self building sort of thing. Just something you want to do, especially something you want to do that you couldn't do in the confines of that relationship, whether it be time or money or responsibility or something like that. Do something you want to do. You gotta remember why you like to live. Why you live life. Remember why you're happy to be alive, man. Yeah, because the truth is, even if you have relationships, everyone, you do sacrifices and stuff like that. So it's a time to be selfish. Be selfish. Go do what you want to do. Yeah, but whatever that is.
For a lot of the people, they lack that motivation. it's like I want to get out of this emotional state. I don't know how to get out of that. And it's, you can slowly kind of like, okay, tell yourself, okay, I should do this, I should do this. Like, oh, I should be exercising. I should go to the gym, when the gym opens. But like, it's hard for them. So something got to be radical. And I would say something radical could be like the most effective, because it's like, all right, that's it. I'm waking up tomorrow morning. I'm going to the gym. That's it. I'm doing it.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't get me wrong, I agree with that. I think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
But I also do think there are certain people where like they're not going to have a big shift.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say like, try to find something that's going to like bring some like, I don't want to say instant because that's kind of cheap, but like just some positive joy or some positive emotion in their life. That's why I say do something you like. You know what I mean? Do something you've always wanted to do, or like have some fun, like or like learn something that you've always wanted to learn, like something that you're gonna find fun. And I do think that's like the gateway that'll lead to like more of that radical change you're talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, some people will. Some people wake up and just be like, "Oh shit, okay, I need to get on my stuff and jump and do this and do that," which is great. But I said, I think there's a lot of people that just ain't going. You got both matches.
Try it. Try it
You got
anyway.
both matches,
All winning, no fun. That's what Butler said. Mitchell said he go to the gym but sleep till he.
All winning, no fun. Wake up, realize he ain't going to.
She calling me fat now.
Damn. All winning, no
she
fun.
Is single.
Winning is fun, Butler. Okay, winning is fun. It depends on what you want to win at.
Yeah.
But do that. I also, my other advice is, number one, don't rush into another relationship.
Rush into it, man.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's not smart.
That's what Justin said.
And this is my last piece of advice, because I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Okay.
Is avoid sex, avoid physical contact.
Really?
Okay.
Why is that, Justin? Why is that?
Yes.
Why should men? Okay, specifically men. Why should we avoid sex? Why?
Because this is it's counter to what we've always heard. Like growing up, you always heard that the best way to get over a breakup is to get a new one. Right.
Okay.
That's what they right. That's at least growing up. That's what I always heard. It was like, the best way to get over a breakup, you find your new chick. But this is the thing: you ain't mentally recovered. All right, you ain't mentally ready to deal with this other chick. You ain't covered with all your faculties. You're not. They say the rebound. It's the rebound. And the last thing you want to do is like rebound with the wrong one. And then you get caught up in some
take half.
I mean, look, let's be honest. You accidentally get someone pregnant because of a rebound. Like, you're not thinking, you got to be careful with that, man.
She walking your dog one day. She just let that leash go.
It's reckless. Who lost their dog, Mitchell? Somebody lost their dog. Huh?
I lost the dog. What? Come back, dog's gone.
Yeah, it's a red dog. It's a rat trap. They cheese on the board, homie. If you know that reference, you get 2 thumbs up. They cheese on the board. The rat trap.
There's a peanut butter.
It's a rat trap. So you gotta put it away, man. Yeah. Damn, not the dog. I'm just. They ruthless out here, healing. People lose dogs. They lose their lives.
Also, guys, there's that little quote thing. Feel free to ask a question there. I'll love to ask. Answer some questions too. It'll be fun. But not the dog.
Yeah, but it happens, man.
Not the dog.
I'm serious with that, man. Dude, especially dudes, man. You got. Yeah, that's old advice, man. It's time for a change. That whole the best way to get over your old one is to get a new one. No, you back off. All right, this is your time to reflect, to rebuild, do what you want to do, get yourself right. You can't do that if you get caught up with another one, a crazy one, even a good one. Like, maybe that's the thing too. You might mess up, meet a good person, and it's cool, but you ain't took the time to do the work you need to do to make sure you don't fuck that one up either. You know what I mean? So there's definitely a balance. So that's why I say Pack it up, son. All right,
Mm-hmm.
control yourself. All right.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one. Yeah. Um, I got another one. Another one. You guys probably heard of this. Is after a breakup, stay off the social media.
Oh yeah,
Stay off the
y'all,
social media.
yeah. That's a
Get
great.
off that.
That's a great one.
Let
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You don't need
Don't
that.
don't put
You
your
don't need.
business on social media anyway, but
Uh-uh.
really don't. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
for dudes, if you go if you on social media posting fucking 2-3 paragraphs of all this crap, man, that's a horrible look, man. That's a horrible look. I say feel your feelings, but don't spill it out for the world to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
Get a
not a lot of
journal,
people want to
write it down,
see. I
lock it in
get
a
it.
safe. All
Yeah.
right.
I think people misconstrue like, okay, if I'm sad, I want to tell people in public, right? It's public now. I want to tell them that I'm sad. And then in theory, I vent it out. And then they come back and they try to like comfort you and all that. But not everybody out there is for you. Not everybody out there is for you. So,
Yeah.
like you said, write it down or maybe talk to someone that you really trust, because if you don't, and make sure you trust them, make sure they keep it on a lock too, because at the end of the day, you just need to let it out. You just need to let it out, but you want to let it out to the right people.
Yeah, don't let it out to the world,
Hmm.
man.
Yeah,
Like stop posting that stuff on
yeah,
social
yeah.
media. It's a
Hmm.
horrible look. It's a bad look. I don't think it ever works out. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone's ever written some heartfelt, just
Hmm.
diarrhea of the heart and mind
Yeah, yeah,
on their page or
yeah,
whatever, and
yeah.
it's gone well.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Don't shit out words. Don't just shit
yeah.
out words.
Just,
Think
just
before you do it.
don't do
Um,
that. Okay.
yeah, I'm pinning all these weird, not weird, but
No,
I'm
you
just
said it already. You already said it.
I can't take
You
it back.
said it. You said it. That's how you felt. That's weird.
Put down the
That's a,
questions. I will pin that question. It will pop up. Ask me a question. I'll pin that. But it
but
better be a real question.
but
But
yeah,
yeah,
most
hmm
definitely, man.
it's yeah. I put down mental mind fuck. You know, rejection breeds obsession. So usually, what happens is if once there is a breakup, you want to know what's happening to their life, and usually what happens after that is, oh, they're doing well or whatever it may be, and then you want them back. And in theory, you're like, if you want them back, you got to chase them, right? Like that's what Hollywood and everything has always kind of been telling us, and that's usually not the case. So, you know, you got to let them go, let them have the time. If they want you back, they will come back to you. If not, then you know where you stand. So that's another important thing to understand. Out of sight, out of mind. Um, and what you focus on becomes reality too. So like if you focus on like, oh, they're just so happy without me, and like I'm always constantly looking at the social media and they're happy, and you're at this bottom, like you just always obsessing over them, chances are they're gonna find
Nah,
somebody. What
yeah,
you
nah,
saying
that's
now?
good. Don't stalk them on social media. Not good for you. But no,
Mental.
it's not. I,
Yeah.
I I am of the thought
Mm-hmm.
of that. Once you make that break, especially if y'all don't have nothing connecting, you don't have no kids or
Mm-hmm.
nothing like that. You
Mm-hmm.
make that break, it's done.
Yeah.
I cut communication. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not one to like. I don't want to check up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I don't want to be involved. Like I get what you. I don't. I think get what you're saying. I don't think you're
Mm-hmm.
wrong. And this is more my personal feelings. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
if we broke up for a reason. Whether you wanted to break up or I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
break up. And in the past when when I have broken up and got back
Mm-hmm.
together with someone, you only break up again.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
only rare.
Yeah.
It's rare that something like
Yeah.
both of you actually do what needs
Yeah.
to be done to
Mm-hmm.
come back together and really make it work.
Mm-hmm. Yo, what's good,
Not saying
Yaku? How
it's
you
not.
doing,
What's up,
man?
Yaku,
Welcome
man?
back.
Not
Yeah.
saying that
Mm-hmm.
ain't possible, but it's just let's be
Yeah.
honest, it's highly unlikely. Um,
Yeah, if you broke up, chances are you're
yeah,
gonna break up again.
yeah.
It's
Well, you come in with too much
chances are,
baggage. You come in with
or
baggage.
not only that, and this is what I've seen too as well. I've seen a lot of people that got back together and they kind of made it work. But to me, when I see it, it's not really making it work. It's they're willing to settle, and that kind of that I'm jumping a little overhead myself right now, but like a lot of the times people are settling. Um, Did anyone say alcohol and drugs yet for breakup? No, not yet. Well,
I dated a girl that was an alcoholic.
uh,
It's not fun.
how's that? How's that?
It's
You don't like
terrible.
you don't like a girl that drinks a lot?
I ain't trying to put nobody's real personal business out here. And this was a very, very long time ago.
Okay,
I'm talking
okay,
about well over a decade ago.
okay.
But yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah,
It's tough dealing with people who have
yeah.
some kind of substance problem. Man.
Hmm, hmm,
That's a whole nother level. That's
hmm,
somebody who probably shouldn't be in a
hmm.
relationship anyway.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Um,
Hmm,
but yeah, no, I mean you're right with the settle
hmm,
part too,
hmm,
which is a possibility. It's
hmm.
it's hard because
No
we're gonna
substance.
talk about like difference between having standards
Yeah,
and stuff and settling in our future show. But there is like a thin line between like compromise and settling.
there is.
You know what I
There
mean?
is.
And like I can see how both of them can be could be misconstrued or like mistaken for one or the other. Because the thing is like no one's perfect, so you're gonna have to compromise on things.
Yeah, definitely,
You know,
definitely. I'm thinking, so that's why I'm
yeah,
looking
but
away.
it's also
Hmm.
like at what point are you compromising, and at what point are you just settling for something?
I
And let's ask, is settling always bad?
No, it's
You
not. I
know,
think okay, so when I say settling, it's kind of like you okay, so I know a lot of people. I'm not gonna put their business out there like that on who it is, but it's they settle because I know they're not happy. It's like every single time they got back together, they're excited to be back together because they don't want to lose what was once there. And it's
Mhm.
kind of uncomfortable. Come on, just think about it. Like if you've been in a relationship for with that person for like 3, 5, I don't know how many years. Let's just say years. And now all of a sudden there's this cut, like, yo, you got to cut out. I'm not gonna talk to you no more. Things are gonna change, and the state of mind. You're not gonna be in the right state of mind. So, to kind of just cut somebody off, it's not easy.
No, it's not
It's kind of
easy.
like
As a
cutting. Yeah,
matter of
yeah,
fact,
yeah. Hmm.
what you just said, like Hill and Moon just said, people get
Yeah,
back together sometimes because it's comfortable.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
that's 100. That's
yeah,
straight up
and
100%. That's
yeah,
probably the main reason,
that's the
if we
main
be
reason. Yeah,
honest.
it's like
Like,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
want to
probably
lose that.
the
Yeah.
number one reason. Like, I know this person, I know this. You think of the good times.
Hmm.
You think of the.
That's a good one. I'm a pin that.
Yeah,
I'm a
you think
pin
of the
that.
good
Yeah.
times. You think
Hmm.
about,
Hmm.
you know, that's something too that time does. Time does seem to a lot of times like wash away the bad. So
Yeah.
like as time, if you like break up with somebody, even some as time goes on, and you feeling your feelings, or like
Hmm.
maybe you think of it's a day where you're lonely or something, something
Hmm.
kicked in, uh,
Hmm.
and you start thinking about that person, and you start thinking about the good times, and you kind of lose sight of why you broke up. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you get back
Very that
together.
I want you
Yeah,
to
and then
say
all
that
of a
one
sudden,
more
all
time,
of a
Justin.
sudden, all
I
that
want
little stuff comes back.
one more time because it's so important what you just said. What you just said is so important, which was
Yeah.
like the
Yeah. You do know
okay.
what it is in
Yeah.
Yaku. Yeah,
Yaku
everybody
said sitting
hurts
in the dark,
sometimes.
listening to everybody hurt sometime. What you just said, Justin,
Every
was yeah,
yeah, I
like
mean,
yeah,
yeah, when you get lonely, like why you broke up and stuff, but I mean, with
yeah.
people, so you
But we
get
lose
lonely,
sight. We
and
lose
then you
sight
lose sight of
about
why you broke up. You know,
yes, and like they're
so
like going back is not going to change. It's not going to
yeah,
change unless they're willing to change, and change takes time. And I
yeah,
think a lot of people lose that. It's because it's kind of like aren't you like? Here's the thing too. Whenever people break up, whenever anybody breaks up, after a certain period of time, usually, and when I say usually, I want to say like 90+%. You think about the good things that happen. Now, unless they did something that's freaking horrible, that you just can't forgive them and you just like, I'm done. I hate this person.
well,
I
I mean,
don't like, yeah, that's
but
different. But you still think back about the good times.
yeah,
And
well,
those
the
good
thing is too.
times,
Oh no, no,
yeah,
no. Go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off, man. Go ahead.
oh no, it's usually those good times that makes you want to like, oh, like it wouldn't be that bad to be back with them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
Hmm.
thing is, that makes it that
Hmm.
like if you're talking about specifically about like to get back together, is like
Hmm.
if two people really want to get back together and make it work, it's like you're gonna have to let go of all that past hurt and shit, and like you can't like be it would be unfair and damaging to the current relationship to like hold on to that and to bring up like past like wrongdoings or
Mm-hmm.
past misgivings or whatever, and that's just difficult for people to do.
Mm-hmm.
Very difficult. Like, all right, for instance, you know, I talked about him before, but the one man who I think has crushed the divorce the best
Mm-hmm.
is like The Rock. Like The Rock somehow mastered divorce because his business manager and business partner is his
Mm-hmm.
ex-wife. But I do remember there was an article where they talked about it, and they talked about like all the work they had to do to get to that point
Mm-hmm.
where they could, where they could legitimately work together, and they both talked about like letting go of the hurt, and that's just to have a business relationship. That's not even intimacy or nothing like that. That's just
Mm-hmm.
you handle my business, whatever. But they talk about the healing you have to do, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like you think about like so you think about that in the business confines, like now think about on a personal level. If you're
Mm-hmm.
personally involved with this person, like the amount of work that has to be done to like let go of that and to move past all that stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something a lot of people don't want to do, or not going to do, or maybe they can't do it, maybe they don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
You got people who think they're just right and don't want to listen to the other person.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
and that's
but
that's the whole self-reflecting part that we were talking about earlier.
yeah,
Yeah, they don't want to
yeah,
self-reflect. They just want to point fingers and say, like, look, it's because it's easy. It's easy to just be like, yo, that person messed up. And it's not me. I
yeah.
didn't do anything wrong. Okay, then you won't grow. And what you carry on, you're gonna carry on what you just had to the next relationship, if there's a next relationship.
Yaku said, this topic is different for me because I never really had a breakup or more of a party.
Party.
If this is the truth, why do you know about like sitting in a dark room listening to
But
everybody hurt?
everybody,
It's like, that sounded like that came from a personal spot. Like that was too specific.
that was too sweet.
you know, gotta
Oh, damn.
sit on a stool with dirty KFC boxes around the room because you ain't left in
Random
the dark.
chicken bones and
That's racist. That's racist, Mitchell. So yeah, I
you
think you
say
need to.
KFC. You say
I'm
KFC. I can't say chicken bones.
I'm black. It's just the world we live in.
All right, Justin. All right, Justin. Chicken. You can only eat chicken if you're black. All right, that's it. All right. Poultry's out of the question.
Cancel. You
Um,
cancel.
um,
You canceled.
yeah,
Mitchell. But nah. But I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
Mhm,
You're different anyway, Yaku. But there
mhm,
is breakups like that where it's just people grow apart, man, and they don't
mhm,
make it any less painful. But it
mhm,
is. Well, like you both realize, like, look, we're going to different places in life. Yeah, it doesn't
mhm,
have to be some crazy, messy thing
mhm,
where she's burning
mhm,
your
mhm,
clothes and
mhm.
you know
Yeah.
you're
Yo, what's
sleeping
good,
with her
real?
best friend.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm,
what I mean? So it could be feel a bit clearer than that. What is
mhm.
up?
Um,
Welcome to the screen.
last thing before we move on to the next topic was, don't beg, because it comes from a place of fear. Usually, when it comes from a place of fear, it does not build attraction. It does not. And at the end of the day, if there's not enough attraction for her to even want to talk to you, she's not going to give you the time of day. So, yeah, back away. Give her time. Give yourself time, more importantly, and then just move on and then figure it out. And if, somewhere along the line that you guys meet up and you talk it in, then you talk. But until then, move on. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
don't beg. Begging is
mhm,
bad.
begging is bad.
If they say they want time,
Oh,
I
thanks for
say you
dropping
take
by.
a
Say what's up. Yeah.
you take a calendar and you throw it at her. And you say now you have all the time. No, don't do
I'm
that. Don't do that. That's horrible. That's
yeah.
horrible. But yeah, no, begging is
Mhm.
bad. Never beg.
And
Never beg for nothing.
this is my last tip that I wrote down. I don't know what you have, Justin, but I'll love to hear it. But the last one is from me is plan your next relationship. And what I mean by that is don't just get a rebound, like what you said. Just don't just go be out there looking for sex and all that. Basically plan it. Things you will do and things that, like, self-reflect what not to do, because your old habits will kind of carry on to the next relationship, your old habits. But now the more important thing is, now that you have that knowledge, you could kind of spot it if it does happen again. Let's just say, for guys in a relationship, let's just say you're just more aggressive, like you always want to start an argument. So the next time, and that's main reason why you guys broke up, right? So carrying that on to the next relationship, if that's the one thing that caused you guys to break up, carry that on and just think about it. Like, okay, the next time she says something that presses your button, before you say anything, just really take a step back and think about what caused that last relationship to break up. If you want, the current one to work, hold back, think about it, think before you say something. So like those are examples on what you can do to prevent that from happening again, because you don't want to repeat history like that. You want to grow.
That's just like learning from
Mhm.
your mistakes, man. Learning from
Exactly.
your mistakes, trying to do better.
But
Trying
it
to
gets
analyze.
lost. It gets lost way too many times.
Well,
It's like,
but it's hard. It's hard to
yeah,
be fair though. It's hard when people's emotions are involved.
it is. It is.
It
But
is. It is
it's
very
it
hard when people's
it's that
emotions
it
are
takes
involved.
that split second to be like, hold up, this happened before. So it's being more aware. So carrying that on from the previous relationship to the next, and be like, okay, so this is okay, take a step back, be more aware. At least you have that now, and that only comes with like the experience.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
it takes a certain amount of
Hmm.
removing it, which is why, as always, I preach
Hmm.
stoicism.
Hmm.
It's just trying to remove your emotions out of it so you
Hmm.
just don't react. It's hard. It's really hard, especially if you're dealing with like certain people are really good at pressing folks' buttons, and
Yeah,
it can be very
Julie.
difficult.
Julie's ready to press all type of buttons right now. It seems like what button can I press to start off?
Trouble,
Oh,
trouble,
girl,
man.
you
Julie's a
could.
Ti fan. She be listening to the Trouble Man LP all the time. Just,
She's like, who's Ti?
just you say that she gonna know all the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know Julie bumps
Yeah, don't
Ti.
don't 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 piss a woman off because they're the best FBI agents. They will find out everything about you, whether or not you put that shit on private. They'll find a
Well,
way. They find a
that's the
way.
joke that I say now. It's like everybody's Batman now. Like you can just you can sit on the toilet and just destroy somebody's whole life in the palm of your hand. You
What?
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can. You got your phone. You can just be taking a
Oh
dump,
yeah, yeah,
just post it and find it
yeah.
all the things, put it together.
Hmm.
Like you can literally destroy people's lives if you
And
want to.
Julie could destroy lives. You're saying Ti?
Kiki, who is Kiki? Ti.
Yeah. Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So. But no, I'm back to getting over the breakups and
Hmm.
like how to deal and stuff. But I think the main thing that is true. Like try to learn.
I'm the detective now. Okay.
I'm the detective now. That's all them true crime dramas.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Netflix has not been helping us either, and they're getting smarter by the day. I mean, the whole "don't mess with no cats," the way they found out, like, oh, that's an
Like,
outlet from a
don't fuck
different
with cat.
country, like
That dude,
that
but all right. This is
that
going that dude is another level. John Green, 33. I shouldn't even say his name on this program because he could find everything I ever did.
that's you. Find
And
Justin, not
like
me. I never said you
that dude was the most terrifying man. He was more terrifying than the killer to me
because he knew too much.
because he was just in his house. like he's a better cop than the cops. You know what I mean? He's a better detective.
Yeah.
He's like figuring out all this stuff. They showed this one point where he like broke down how he figured out where this person was by
Yeah.
a by like a picture with a blurry background, and I'm just like, what kind of Batman shit is this? Yeah, he already knows where he
Yeah.
already knows. John Gray
Yeah.
already knows that's his name.
Like that
And I'm
vacuum
sorry,
cleaner.
son.
That vacuum cleaner only gets sold. So it's in North America only. Like what?
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. That
It was
that to
crazy.
me, like that was eye opening. That was eye opening for me. I was like, all right, I need to shut up.
you know,
I need to shut up.
I like technology and stuff. It was something I always knew was possible, but I had never actually seen just a
Saw it in
layperson like
reality.
do
Yeah,
it like that. And he was
yeah,
just like, yeah. You know what else scared me about that man is at one point he goes like the video came in where the dude like killed another cat, and he goes, "I'll watch it another 20 times." To figure it out. And I was like, who just watches a cat die 20 times?
not
Like,
just a cat. It was a kitten too. So it was like, yeah,
oh man, yeah, but yeah,
yeah,
basically, anyone could ruin your life with enough motivation
hmm
and time. So be
hmm
careful. Okay,
yeah.
be
Um,
careful out there.
but before we close this last thing, before going on to the next topic about preventing it from happening, just keep in mind, like, I wrote this down too. If you guys keep doing what you always done, you'll continue to get what you always got. So, you know, plan your next relationship. Or maybe try to fix the current one. Think about it. Like these are things that like you could self-reflect on even if you aren't in a relationship. It doesn't have to be like, oh, just because we broke up, now I can focus on these things. Like you should always be doing this type of stuff so that you don't let it happen. You know, because you get into a relationship so that you can prevent it from happening. Otherwise, don't get into a relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just try your best to work on the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it is as long work on
Yeah.
yourself. I think as long as you work on yourself, a lot of this stuff
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
will come
Is
with
there
it. Also,
yeah. Is there anything else that you would want to add on to before we move on to like preventing?
No, I kind of combined a lot of mine together. I
Okay.
mean, my last main one was to hold off on any kind of physical encounters, any
Mm.
sexual. Like, I think that's a big one because
With another person or yourself?
with the mainly with another person. All right, if you want to go the whole no frap route and like really show a level of discipline,
No
you
fap.
do what you want to do. But mainly with another person, like
Mm-hmm.
back off some,
Mm-hmm.
just do
Yeah.
what you do. Like we're
Let nature
focused on
take
what
its
you want
course. Yeah. And also, guys, like let me know in the comments below, like what are some ways that you guys help yourself cope with a breakup? Like, what are some of the things that you guys done? And let's see what Rio said. Can't break up with some girl whom you never dated or met. That's true too. Yeah.
do. Yeah,
Very true. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't people have internet relationships now? Is that
Yeah,
possible?
they do, but it's like you never met them, so it's kind of like it's like an ideology of like this is the person that you formed in your head. It's not really much of like the person that you actually met. And maybe, you spoke with them, but you don't know how they really are in person.
That's why I don't mess with that online stuff, homie.
Yeah. That's why phones, I know it's a little off topic, but phones is to get your woman out on a date physically. So then you can build real attraction. Build that real attraction. Stare at them in the eye like what Justin does.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right.
Um,
What you look at? Is that how you look at them? You just
no, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that and use that, and I'll let you know how it works. Yeah.
Hey, if
And
it works for you, run away. Okay?
get a haircut from a fresh start. Yeah.
If you, get a haircut.
Yeah.
That's that ladies move. They chop off their hair. You know what I mean?
Did get
Get
that
rid of
bob cut.
get that energy out.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go.
I like this. I like this.
Take time for yourself and to
To
be
be
alone.
alone. Yeah. Get a haircut.
Alone every night alone.
Or everybody hurts.
Why am I alone? That's my song right there. That's that. Oh yeah, I don't know about that. That's that John Red Corn. Look it up. But yeah. Get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself feel good.
Feel good about yourself, but actually do something about that feel good. Don't just sit there and be like, I feel good. You have to do something. Massive action. But let's talk about prevention, Justin. Let's talk about prevention. And what are some of the things that you do to prevent?
What, prevent what? A breakup?
Yeah. I'm reading the comments. I'm just trying to
I mean,
stare
I
at them in the eye. Yeah.
You try. I mean, I try my best to be there, to be present, to care.
Mm-hmm.
I said that and somebody close to me just laughed loudly.
Care.
I try my best to care, to be present.
Yeah.
I'm saving money and not cutting my hair. Prenup, but whoa.
Damn. That went from cutting my hair for $7.
That went all that went all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna let you finish first.
No, I ain't be honest. I don't really have much. It's just
okay.
Like I said, I just try to be present. I try to make sure I'm there, enjoying the time together.
Nail the door and windows.
Every once in a while I just grab them by the arms and whisper in their ear, "You mine now." You know,
Okay. All right. I hope that becomes I
you
hope
can't
that's I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that with only your face.
let her know like you ain't going nowhere. You in this for life. You know, if she start getting real indignant, I'm like, I made you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No, don't listen to none of that. That's insanity. All right, don't listen to none of that. People. That's a joke. Okay, anyone who
Okay.
is
I'm not
actually looking
I'm
for
gonna cut that part where you say it's a joke and grab them by the arm and whisper in their ears, well, you're mine now. Okay, I'm gonna cut that out. But
uh,
prevention, one of
no,
the
honestly, I
mhm,
think the biggest, no, really, in
mhm,
all honesty, I think the biggest thing you can really do, any level, and I know it sounds contrite and whatever, is just like listen.
yes,
Do your best to really
listen.
just listen. Um, and realize that you're going to make mistakes. No
Mhm,
one's ever going to get it all right. You try your
mhm,
best to be
mhm.
uh whatever. Bo, so canceled. Canceled. That's my goal, is to be canceled. So that actually makes me very happy. uh, but yeah, listen, do your best to listen. I think and I also think that, like, if you honestly are,
Mhm,
trying not to hurt someone,
mhm,
just like, let them know, like, be on, be righteous with that, and like,
mhm,
let them know, like, I will never, I'm not deliberately trying to hurt you.
mhm,
And I think people will be very surprised how long like that can go, because when folks get hurt, they're in their feelings. They're not thinking about, you
mhm,
know for the most part, like, how did this happen? Why? Well, 'cause it's just like, I was hurt, and they could take that as like a personal assault. And it's just like, I would never purposely hurt you.
mhm.
You and if you're wrong, admit shit.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Mhm,
big one too. It's like, kind of, in a weird way, like, you trying your best to like crush your ego
mhm,
as a dude. You know what I mean? Um,
mhm,
be self critical. Analyze yourself. Think about what you did. What did I do wrong?
mhm,
Uh, how can I stop this from happening? You
mhm.
know, um,
And think
and
about this before this breakup happens. Just the whole
yeah,
prevention.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about in the midst of the
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
if something pops up where it feels a little
Mhm,
like, maybe y'all didn't even have a fight. Maybe things just feel a little tense or a little off. Kind of
mhm,
analyze, like, and don't, and I'm not saying don't be anxious about it. Don't overthink it. But
mhm,
just, I think, like, all right, what did I do? Play it out in my head. Okay, I can see,
mhm,
maybe, oh, when I did this, maybe that got misinterpreted as to something else.
mhm, mhm,
Or maybe, I need to clarify what I mean when I say something. And yeah, and then
mhm,
do it. Like,
mhm.
you know,
Because a lot
don't,
of it has to do with the tone too, on how you say it, especially if it's through text too. Sometimes like that could be misinterpreted
yeah,
so much. So it's your tone, the way you say, it's the vocabularies that you use, because those really matter, especially if like the guy's trying to say something to the girl. Sometimes I get it. Some guys are they're like, I don't sugarcoat things. I just say it the way it is. But I was like, yeah, but at the end of the day, if you want your woman to feel good, there's certain things that you should and should not say. Like there are different words because yeah, you're hurting their feelings.
yeah,
You're hurting
yeah,
their feelings.
yeah. And I really don't think that most people want to hurt the feelings of the
Hmm.
person that they care about.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah, and I have a question for you, ladies. If you're still here, you're watching this. Like, what are some things that like are the biggest turnoffs, if you will, like the biggest turnoff, like that made you lose that type of attraction? Like, I don't really like this person as much as because of X, Y, and Z. Or like, what are some of the things that turn you off on that? But while you guys are building that up, I put down, you know, for the guys to become that interesting, fun, and complete person that you once were before you got into the relationship, because that's the reason why she got with you. And because at the end of the day, it displays confidence. You're fun. You're complete. You're sharing what you guys want. What you had that attracted her to begin with. So don't lose that. Don't lose sight of that, because it's easy to get complacent in a relationship. It's like, oh, I got her now. I don't really need to do anything. It's like, no, you actually have to work more. You have to work harder. It's kind of like, yo, here's a car, here's a Ferrari. What can you do? Can you maintain this? What can you do to maintain it?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, that's a good
Mm-hmm.
one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like that's actually a great like metaphor because yeah, you get it like
Mm-hmm.
a Ferrari or something, you know, and it's like yeah, you
Yeah.
can drive it once or twice, but if you don't maintain it, it's gonna break down
And
and break
it's
down really
more
fast.
important to maintain, like, what can you do to maintain that relationship rather than be like, okay, I'm gonna live day to day. She's there, because everybody wants to feel appreciated, and the moment they don't feel appreciated, that's when everything kind of goes downhill. It's like, I don't want to do this for you no more. Like, I don't want to do certain things for you anymore, whether it's sex or cooking for you or whatever it may be. It could be a whole lot of things. It's like, if they don't feel appreciated, they don't want to do it for you. But if they feel appreciated, they feel heard, they feel understood, doors open up. And when both parties are happy, everything else will be a lot happier. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Preventing. I think preventing is one thing that a lot of people lose nowadays. It's they don't think about it as much.
yeah, and I mean it is
It's
important.
more,
You
and
know,
I feel like it is more important
you want to
to have
prevent
that. Hmm.
fires. You don't want to put them
Yeah,
out. You know, you know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah. Yeah. But we live in this type of world. It's like, okay, this happened. What can we do now? It's like, I
Yeah,
have a headache. Like, here's a pill. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I agree with that. That was
Hmm.
good speech, Mitchell. Good
Thank you,
speech. I
thank you.
agree. I agree with that. I agree with all that. Showing appreciation to one another, really. Oh yeah, you got to show
Showing appreciation.
you
Yeah.
appreciate. You know,
Um. Let's
but
yeah.
sometimes the
Just
breakup needs to happen before it
a
gets
domestic.
to
Yeah.
Jesus.
Domestic violence.
Yeah, we don't want.
Yeah.
I don't. We
Throw
don't
throw out your thoughts, guys. I wanna read what you guys have in mind.
yeah, we don't. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't. If you feel like you're gonna put hands on somebody, get the fuck
Get
away.
out.
All
Get
right.
out.
Oh yeah, don't
Yeah.
ever be with
I
someone that's
never
gonna push you
condone
to that
ever
point.
laying your hands on a woman. Ever. Ever.
No, you don't do it.
Mm-mm. Ever.
But look, listen. Don't do it. Okay, you don't do it. It's
Hmm.
it. And I won't front. And it not condoning it, but I will say this: nobody's above an ass whooping. Okay,
Mm.
anyone can do something to justify you beating them down. If somebody's coming at you with a knife trying to kill you, you do what
Yeah.
you got to do to
Yeah.
put that out. But that said, you don't. Yeah, you do not
Hmm.
put your hands on a woman. You shouldn't put your hands on anybody. You really
Yeah.
should.
If you don't have to,
You know,
yeah. The best fight
you
is
really
no
should.
fight. Yeah.
Man, woman, whatever. But that's also not the world we live in.
Yep.
But yeah, yeah. Just fellas, if you were a woman who, for some whatever reason, is you feel like you're getting to that point, please just walk away.
Yeah.
No need to inflict harm on someone.
Hmm.
No need to ruin your life by catching that
Hmm.
kind of charge. You do not want
Hmm.
to be known as that kind of person. No reason to hate
Hmm.
yourself. You know what I mean? I think a lot of
Hmm.
guys who would do that end up, yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, self-loathing is a big part of that. So yeah,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean that got dark, Yaku. Thank you for bringing
It
that
got
up.
dark real quick, but
For bringing up domestic violence.
bring.
Thank.
But he did say stop it before it happens. So
Yeah.
yes, yes. But
Yeah.
yeah. Like Isa said, I never hit a woman, but I'll shake the ish out of you.
First and foremost, never quote Kanye West on this show. Okay, never. All right.
Maybe in College Dropout.
Yeezus.
Maybe
No,
College Dropout.
no,
No,
no.
no,
Listen,
no.
listen. Yeezus does not exist to me. All right, all right.
Okay, so he lost all credibility.
I mean, I was a big Kanye fan. He had some of my favorite albums up to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I love that
Hmm.
album.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anything after that, I don't like. I don't care. People can argue what they want. I ain't feeling it. And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's
Okay.
he's he's mentally ill. We're watching a man having a mental breakdown. I wouldn't be surprised if it ended in some kind of unfortunate death
Ooh,
on his part. Um,
man,
and
that got dark.
everyone just watches and laughs, and or
Mm.
or it says, "Oh, this is so sad," and keeps it moving. And let this crazy dude. I shouldn't even say crazy because we know he's mentally ill. Like, do what he do. So, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that is it for today. Thank
Merry
you guys
Christmas,
for
everybody. Merry Christmas.
happy holidays, happy New Year's. Oh, also, yeah, for Thursday's show. Yeah, let's enjoy ourselves. Let's drink a little bit. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. We do this Instagram lives every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys find this video content of value, you guys can show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. Our details will be in the description below. And if you guys have any questions, a little bump on the road, feel free to send us a direct message. But until next time, I'll see you guys on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, see New Year's,
Yeah,
baby. Have a good one. And
have a good one.
don't
Yeah,
ever quote Kanye.
don't quote Kanye no more. That's it. All right, guys. Thank you, Healing
Right.
Wellness. Julie, Trouble, Rio, Yaku. You're always showing a lot of support, so thank you.
Yeah,
Really
thank y'all.
appreciate
Much
it.
appreciated. Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Yes. All right,
All
guys.
right.
We're out.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.